how you doing? It's Jeff Sinker from SkyGuitarLessonsOnline.com. Great to see you again. This lesson we are going to be looking at the song Mama from Jonas Blue. Just checking down here for the full title, featuring Willaim Singe. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, my apologies. Very easy song to play. Uses a few chords that have been kicking around now for the last couple of months with songs in the charts. If you've been following some of my previous lessons, you might recognize some of them. So I'm going to show you first of all the easy beginner's chord method of playing this, and then I'll show you how to play that little melody which is was played on that kind of glockenspiel instrument that you hear on the actual original video. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the camera a little bit close so we can see the chords, and I will show you how to play Mama by Jonas Blue. So don't go away.
Preview.
Right, let's get into this. Got the camera up close. So we are going to be using four and a half chords. I'll explain that a little bit later, what I mean by that. In the actual verse and the intro, we're just going to use 3 chords to start with. First chord we're going to play is a B minor 7. So let me just break that down and you can follow the chord diagram which will be appearing here. There you go. So B minor 7, we are going to be playing first finger, 2nd fret on the A, 3rd finger, 2nd fret on the G, and 3rd finger on 3rd fret of the B. We don't play the low E and we don't play the high E. What I do, I let the fleshy part of my first finger, the palm in the sense of my first finger, if that makes any sense, to mute that, and I just roll my thumb over the top to take out that low E. So we're just hearing it from the B down, or should I say from the A string down. There's your B minor 7. And then we're going to move across to a G chord. G chord is 2nd finger on 3rd fret of the low E. 1st finger, 2nd fret on the A string. Then we've got our 3rd finger, because the 3rd finger isn't going to move in this little part of the song here. It's going to be anchored on 3rd fret on the B, and little finger now tucks in on 3rd fret on the high E. There's our G. So the way we're going to play that, we're going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we play the B minor 7 on the 1 count, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on the upbeat of the 2, we are going to shift across to that G. Now, from there we are going to go to a straightforward A chord. Where we're going to play that, if you're not familiar with the A chord, is 1st finger 2nd on the D, 2nd finger 2nd on the G, and 3rd finger 2nd on the B. Playing the open A string, and we're playing the open E, and again we're going to roll our thumb across just to mute out that low E string. And then it goes back to the B minor 7. Now that's using the same count as we played on the first section. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if we put them all together, we get this B minor 7, 1 and 2 to G, and 4 and A, and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's a simple way of playing the intro section. The main body of the song is based around that. Now, I did promise that I will show you how to play that little melody that's played on the keyboard. I'll cover that right at the end of the lesson. So, just to get you started on this, for the beginner, you can play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That works. But let's put a little bit more rhythm into this. Let's make it sound a little bit more interesting. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit more to our strumming action. So we're going to go for this. The way I'm playing that, I'll take it down in the tempo. We are playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 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 Now we go into the break section. It's like a break section because this leads us back to the chorus, and the chorus is the same as the verses. Now, this is where we bring in the extra chords. Now, the new chord that we're going to bring in is an E minor. Play an E minor. It's second finger on the second fret on the A, and third finger, second fret on the D string. Now, we're just going to hold that for an entire bar. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, this is when this chord, this is why I say 4.5, because it is a G5 chord. Now, the reason I call it a half is because it's playing in a sense less than the G. And what we're going to do is, instead of keeping our first finger on that second fret on the A string, you're going to lift that finger off, and we're going to get a little bit lazy with this second finger, and we're going to allow it to touch the A string. Now, I know a lot of you, when you've started to play the guitar, doing the G for the first time probably comes quite natural to you. I know a lot of my students say, I can't get that sound. It's always been muted by that that second finger. So you might find they say, hey, I'm going backwards, but yeah, I can do that. That's, if you've been perfecting your G chords, which you should be, what you've got to do is just roll out, just straighten that second finger slightly so it mutes that A string, and we get this G5 chord. And again, this is played and held for a count of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we go across to our B minor 7 chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 to an A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 back to the E minor. 2 and 3 and 4. That G5. 2 and 3 and 4. B minor 7. 2 and 3. And now we've got a build up. 2 and 3 and 4. To the normal verses on that. So there are all the sections covered, all the chords covered, and the strumming pattern. So you can play it the easy way, or you can play a little bit more rhythmic. For the chorus section, or for that bridge section, you can 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's a little bit more to it as you're playing. So it's entirely up to you how you want to play that through. Now, I did promise at the beginning of the video, and you saw me play it through in the introduction, the keyboard part on glockenspiel part, is what it kind of sounds to me, glockenspiel, where we've got that. Now let me show you how to play that, and hopefully it sounded a little bit better than that attempt. We are going to start off with our third finger on 4th on G. Second finger is going to play 3 on the B. First finger is going to play 2 on the E. And it's just a sweep down with a pick. Then our third finger, second finger, plays 3 on the high E. And back to first finger, 2 on the E. So we get, And then we're going to finish up on 3rd fret on the B. It's that little line. Then we're going to use our first finger to hold down 2 on the G and 2 on the B, and we're going to hit them 2 strings together. And then 2nd finger is going to go and put our place on 3rd fret on the B. So we get, again, hitting both strings together. Then we go back to that original part. And then we've got this little section. Now the way I'm playing that, I've got my first finger holding down 2 on the G, 2 on the B, and it is holding 2 on the high E, but you're going to be stretching, pull that little finger down to 5th fret on the high E, and it's a little bit, it's a sweep. We've got that. So I'm just playing across the 3 strings. So it's not, it's just a push down. And then 2nd finger goes back to 3rd fret on the high E. And then we lift that up and we're using the bar to play that 2nd fret on the high E. And then 2nd finger plays 3 on the B. So we get this. Then repeat. Now that is the main melody line. It starts off with that, and then you can go, really what you can do, you can start off if you want doing that. And then you can go to that. And then back. And then back in. Obviously, to try and play it a little bit better what I was just doing there. So there are all the parts. Verse, bridge, chorus line, they're all there for you. As I said, if you click on the link below, it takes you to my website. Chord charts, they're complete for you, and I will have tabbed, by the time you see this, I will have tabbed that line out so you've got all the notes there to play through. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this short lesson on how to play Mama by Jonas Blue. If you did, don't forget, click on the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. That way, whenever I've got any new videos that have been posted, you'll be notified straight away. So until then, until I see you again, should I say, this is Jeff Sinker from SkypeGuitarLessonsOnline.com. Wishing you well, really appreciate your company, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, goodbye.